This happens to be my home, as little as a stranger might suspect it, and it is intolerable that I should be continually called on to defend myself against an apparently endless series of irresponsible and vulgar accusations. And now, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave. And if I hear one more word about that blasted pig bank, I'll be down those stairs like a ton of brick and flatten that Meccano set of yours.
May we come in?
No.
Kaz wants to talk to you, Dad.
Oh, hello, Kaz.
Hiya, J.J.
Go on in.
Yes, but not you.
I know. I'll be downstairs. Don't look so solemn. It's just a formality, that's all.
The point of this whole thing seems to have eluded me somewhere.
Oh, I'm simply trying to tell you that I want to marry her.
Marry? Whom?
Marry Madge, of course.
Madge? Are you out of your mind?
I am not.
But whatever on earth for?
Because I love her, of course.
Love Madge? Oh, come now, Kaz. That's just downright silly. You must have some better reason than that. No young man in his right mind would... What is it? Her money?
Now, just a minute, J.J.
Because if it is, you might just well forget the whole matter. I had precisely the same idea 25 years ago with our mother.
I haven't the slightest interest in Madge's money. My income is quite enough.
Oh, they've got it all right. Scads of it. Buckets of it. By George, I've dreamed about that dough. Just to get my mitts into that cash box for 10 minutes. That's all I need, 10 minutes. But no, they turned me down cold. And I'll never forgive them, Kaz, never.
You know what I think? I think you got exactly what you deserved for being a shameless, unmitigated scoundrel.
I suppose so. But it was a bitter disappointment just the same. Then I used to dream about outliving her. Just sit it out, as it were. When along came Madge, and then her sister, and now that odious child. It's no use, Kaz. I tell you, they're eternal, all of them. They'll still be here squatting on that gold when you and I are dust in our graves.
Listen, J.J., yes or no, just for the record?
No. My conscience would never give me a moment's peace if I allowed myself to be a party to any such feminine skullduggery. I like you much too much to see you sharing my fate, trapped in this duck press, remembered only for such sociological purposes as may be necessary. And no dough out of it, either. Great Scott. Don't any of these tightwads around here ever give this poor child a quarter? Where's the sucker?
Oh, John, I do wish you wouldn't refer to him in that way. Supposing someone heard, what would they think?
Where's the sucker? Yeah, you've still got time to crush out of this booby trap, you know. There's a fast train leaving out of here for Chicago. 1 o'clock.
You're the happy one, though.
Yes. Under a democracy, Mrs. Smith, every individual enjoys the right and privilege of being as much of an imbecile as he pleases. What about the Q?
Q?
Yeah, if it was a mistake, how'd they get your middle initial?
Father.
What?
The rehearsal.
But nobody was saying anything.
Is he all right?
I heard that.
Quiet, please, please.
Someday somebody's going to say that just once too often.
John, dear.
Listen, Kaz, if that letter's a mistake, we're in a very pretty position to knock off a little quick dough. They can't run around scaring the pants off young bridegrooms with letters like that. Suppose Madge had got a hold of it. Now, my idea is this. The first thing tomorrow morning, I'll nip down to the public library and get a hold of a law book, just to see what kind of charges we can slap on him. And then I'll pop up to Chicago and drop in on this female sawbones. If I may suggest, if you've failed to touch a base somewhere, I'm not without a measure of experience along certain lines. In other words, correct me if I err. The ceremony tomorrow night will have a slight odor of bigamy about it. This is what we call a very droll situation. Fatherhood on the wedding eve. Now, look, will you promise me one thing?
What is it?
Don't go crashing in there yelling, I'm the papa, you understand? From the moment you step into that hospital, walk on eggs. No matter what anybody says, don't speak of the English. You weren't even there that night. You were in the YMCA in Cleveland. I am far from pleased, madam, with this constant harping on the question of my sanity. Then what are you doing with that bottle?
I just...
Just trying it.
With a nipple? At your age? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I think I'm supposed to stay here till he gets back.
Back? From where?
City Hall.
City Hall? What on earth's he doing at City Hall?
Getting married.
Again?
Maybe I ain't supposed to tell you that, though.
Is this the same fellow that was marrying all the rest of them?
He's in a nuptial rut.
Is this some sort of joke?
Not by me, ma'am.
Who made bingo this time?